Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at a $44 billion industry that is literally completely changing who gets to create technology. We're talking about the low-code and no-code revolution, and how by 2026, anyone, and I mean absolutely anyone, including you, can build software without writing a single line of code.
Section 1. The gate is crumbling. The end of the developer bottleneck.
Let's start off by looking at the massive barrier that has traditionally kept regular, everyday people from building their own software. I want you to be honest with yourself for a second here. Have you ever had an idea for an app? Maybe it was something simple, like a tool for your small business, or a better way to organize your team, or even just a community platform for a hobby you love. And what happened to that idea? Well, for most of us, it died the exact moment we realized we just couldn't code.
See, the gate between having a genuinely great idea and actually building that software has always been incredibly high. It's guarded, and man, is it expensive. You are basically left with this impossible choice. Spend years learning complex computer science, or hire a developer who's going to charge you $100 an hour, minimum. That was the bottleneck.
But things are dramatically changing right now, and this brilliantly illustrates exactly what I mean. Gartner actually predicts that by 2026, a massive 75% of new business applications will use low-code or no-code technologies. Just pause and let the sheer scale of that shift land for a second. 75%. This isn't just some passing niche trend. It's a fundamental shift in who gets to build software. Section 2, Software Without the Code. Digital Lego Blocks.
So let's unpack the actual technology driving this $44 billion revolution and see how it works under the hood. First up, let's look at no-code. Honestly, it means exactly what it sounds like. You are building software without writing code. Instead of typing out lines and lines of a programming language, use visual tools, drag-and-drop elements, and logic workflows. Think of it like building with digital Lego blocks. Every single block does something specific, like sending an email, saving some data, or showing a button, and you simply snap them together right on your screen to create your app. Then you have low-code, which acts as the perfect middle ground. It gives you all those visual tools for the vast majority of the work, but it still allows you to write custom code if you happen to have some specific, highly complex needs. It's kind of like having a kitchen where most of your meals come pre-prepared, but hey, if you want to add your own custom spices, you totally can.
To really cement this concept, let's think about photography for a second. 20 years ago, taking a good photo meant you had to understand aperture and shutter speed on a manual darkroom camera, right? Well, that's traditional coding. No code is like your smartphone's auto mode. It just does all the heavy lifting for you automatically. And low code, that's your professional DSLR camera that can shoot perfectly in auto, but still lets you tweak the manual settings if you need precise control over the shot.
Section 3. Real no-code success stories. Building real businesses.
Okay, let's shift our narrative from theory to some undeniable real-world proof. $12 million. Just pause and think about that number, because these tools are building real, massive businesses. Look at Vlad Magdalin. He built the first version of Webflow, which is now valued at over $4 billion, almost entirely by himself, without a huge engineering team. Or take the agency AirDev. They used a platform called Bubble to build apps for major clients 3 to 5 times faster than traditional developers, and they were generating $12 million in annual revenue before they got acquired. No way, right? But it's true. But look, it's not just massive tech agencies. Let's contrast that big number with the number 60. That's 60 hours a month saved by Sarah, a bakery owner over in Portland. She was completely drowning in wholesale orders. But instead of paying a $20,000 developer bill to build a custom system, which she didn't have, she spent one single weekend learning Airtable. Now, for just $24 a month, her entire system runs automatically, literally saving her 60 hours every single month. But the true power of this tech, it lies in its democratization. Back in 2025, there was a 16-year-old in India who built a tutoring marketplace connecting students with local tutors. Within 6 months, it had over 2,000 active users across 3 different cities. The absolute most mind-blowing part of that story? He built the entire thing using a tool called Glide, entirely from his smartphone. These aren't just lucky outliers anymore, folks. This is the new normal.
Section 4. The Professional Developer Shift. Not replaced, evolved.
Now, for the tech crowd out there who might be feeling a little skeptical about all this, don't worry. No code isn't replacing professional software engineers. It's just changing what developers actually do. The old role involved writing highly repetitive CRUD apps, building yet another login form, or connecting a database to a dashboard for literally the 15th time. The new role?
Well, no-code automates all those boring boilerplate tasks, so human engineers can actually focus on complex, creative architecture, optimizing performance, and bridging the gap with AI assistants.
So the crucial point here really boils down to this quote. The developer who refuses to use no-code tools is like a carpenter who refuses to use power tools. You can absolutely still do the job by hand and build everything entirely from scratch, for sure, but you have to realize that everyone else around you is going to be building way, way faster.
Section 5. Caveats and current limitations. What no-code can't do yet.
Now, to be completely fair, this technology isn't actual magic, and it's not right for every single situation. First off, scale. If you're building the next Instagram, you might eventually need a no-code to code migration strategy down the line. Second, flexibility. These visual tools can sometimes struggle with truly novel, completely out there ideas that don't fit perfectly into existing templates. Third is vendor lock-in. Your app depends on that specific platform's servers, which is a real risk if they ever change their pricing or shut down completely. And finally, the learning curve. Remember, no code does not mean no thinking. You still absolutely have to understand logic, user experience design, and basic data structures to build good software.
Section 6. Your first no-code project. A roadmap to building.
All right, I want to empower you to start your own journey today. Here is an incredibly simple 4-step roadmap to get you rolling. Step 1. Pick a problem you actually have. Seriously, don't start by just learning a tool in a vacuum. Start with a real-world problem in your business or your daily life that needs automating. Step 2. Choose a platform. Step 3. Learn by building. This is absolutely huge. Do not just sit there and watch 20 hours of YouTube tutorials. You got to get your hands dirty, get stuck, and look up the answers as you go. And step 4. Join the community. There are thousands of people out there on forums and socials ready and eager to help you out.
And consider this your ultimate cheat sheet. It guides you on exactly which software Lego blocks you should pick up based on what it is you actually want to build. If you need a website or a landing page, you're going to want to look at Webflow or Framer. Building an internal tool or a database, Airtable or Bubble are going to be your best bets. Want a full-blown mobile app? Try Glide or Adalo. And for app automations, connecting a bunch of different tools together, Zapier or Make are absolutely incredible for that.
We have reached a truly historic tipping point. The gatekeepers are losing their keys. Someday is now. For the entire history of computing, the ability to build software has been concentrated among a tiny, tiny fraction of the population, and I can say with massive satisfaction that this era is officially over. The barrier is lower than it has ever been in human history.
So I want you to really think about this as we wrap up. What's that app you've been thinking about for years? The one you just keep telling yourself you're going to build someday? Stop waiting. The tools are totally ready, the community is here, and literally all that's missing is you. Drop a comment below with your big idea, and then get out there and go build something today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you all next time.